Hello surfers, welcome to my channel Inner Envision. Today I am going to speak to you regarding a recent movie that I watched. It is the blockbuster movie Black Panther. Black Panther, yet another crazy movie from Marvel Studios. An amazing movie, and I urge you guys to watch it. It's spectacular with all its special effects and all its storylining and everything. It's beautiful. It's a crazy movie to watch. I just wanted to just talk to you regarding the movie and some of the thoughts that I have about it. I just wanted to share my experiences. So basically, when you talk about Black Panther, actually the narrative starts with a country called Wakanda. Wakanda is a country which camouflages its identity as a poor country, and it betrays the rest of the world, showing that it's a poor country, whereas it is technologically way too advanced. And basically the whole fuel for this whole boom is done by an element called Vibranium, and it's beautifully done. The plot is simple. After the death of the king of Wakanda, his son takes charge, and he gets he takes charge of the throne. And basically what happened is a very powerful enemy. He comes in and he claims the throne, and then again social unrest happens. He starts kind of a revolution, and then again they fight together, and then that's the whole base flow of the movie. So and again it's doing amazing, and first 1 week's collection is close to around $242 million US, and that speaks a lot of volumes. Like it's the second biggest launch after Avatar. It's crazy. The best part of the movie is it's predominantly a black centric crew. The male lead role of Black Panther is done by none other than Mr. Chadwick. I have some pictures. So the main lead was done by Chadwick Boseman, and again the negative lead was done by Michael B. Jordan. He's doing the role of Erin Killmonger. And again we've got Lupita Nyong'o, who's playing the role of Nakia. She is the love interest of Black Panther, and again she plays as a spy from Wakanda. And again an amazing role played by Damian Guerrera of Okoyo. She is the general of Wakanda, armed general. And some of the things that are being deployed and displayed is amazing. I mean, I'll tell you some of the pros that I really loved about this movie. The number one thing being, it is one of the biggest movie done by Marvel Studios with predominantly a black crew. This is a very significant point because it's always being said that a lot of producers tell that black movies don't do very well in other countries, but this has completely changed it. And Marvel Studios funding this movie, that's yet another beautiful stuff, and it's done beautifully. I mean, it's not that it's done very badly. The work is awesome by this crew. And again we've got another very interesting thing that I loved about the movie is they had this African slang. That was key. They didn't try to change the whole thing to like an African American slang or something in that angle. They had this African slang, and that was great. I loved it, and it basically made me connect to the movie. And the costume design was fabulous. Like, here we have a country which is rooted in traditions, and then again which is futuristic, and it is part of a continent that is Africa. So costumes were designed accordingly. The traditional values were kept, as well as the futuristic element was also portrayed. And the sets were crazy. They had some huge sets, and the special effects and the action, very nicely done. There is an action sequence that happens in South Korea, and that is crazy. Loved every bit of it. And then again, one more important key thing that I liked is, it's an empowering movie for a black community. The black community has always been suppressed across time, and then a movie comes in which shows a different side altogether. That's huge, and I loved it. It was pretty amazing, and I loved every bit of it. Now, with that, I had a few things that I was not that fond of, though the portrayal was pretty amazing. The visual effects were crazy, and I loved it. But a few things that I felt like, could have been a little different in the script, could have been, the whole, the whole concept of leading came in with a bloodline. That is, the movie starts with the T'Challa, the king, who is the son of the former king. And that is, for me, I don't think so, it should be based on bloodline. I think that should have been a little different. That is something that I couldn't digest. And another thing that I wanted to bring into the notice of the audience is basically to become a king, T'Challa or the Black Panther, he had to have a fist fight with, predominantly there are 5 tribes in Wakanda, and all the representatives from each tribe can challenge the king. And then the king will be decided on the basis of the fist fight that they do. And with such an advanced technology and all those things, this whole fist fight thing I couldn't digest. But again, yeah, that gave a visual element to the movie, wherein it was beautifully shot. The whole waterfall was crazy. I loved it. And one more small thing that I was just thinking through was, Vibranium. In the movie they tell that, the Vibranium is the metal that fueled the whole technological boom in this country. So what I couldn't understand is, how can just a single metal change the whole game? Because, I can give you an example. Venezuela. Venezuela is a country whose the whole economy is run majorly through petroleum. And we can see that in such countries, what happens is, the people who are in the top line, that is the rich, become more and more rich, whereas the disparity, the difference between the rich and the poor increases day by day. And that is something that is possible. That is my thinking. Probably I might be wrong, but this is what it is. So this is my verdict. This is my opinion about what I saw in the movie. And one interesting thing that I wanted to share was, I have never been to Africa, but one of my very close friends, he had a chance to go to Africa. He went to Namibia, and somehow he got access to go to a tribe in Namibia, and he was just telling his experiences over there, and it was mesmerizing. I was just in awe about thinking about it. What he was telling was, he went to Africa, Namibia, this whole isolated tribe. In that tribe, what basically the whole system is simple. They are not very advanced. Okay, thing is, every day each person, not each person, I mean every day they spend at least 20 minutes to create fire, and they do that rubbing those sticks, and they create fire. Imagine in the 21st century we have a place in this current world wherein, you know, people still make fire using, you know, sticks. That's crazy. And he was telling that this tribe, they did not have any monetary systems. You know, they didn't know what money was. Even barter system was not there. No exchanges, nothing like that. You know, he was telling in a fun way, he wanted to just check whether or not this is working or not. So what he did was he just took $1 and tried to give it to one of the person in the tribe. But this person was, you know, he first of all rejected. He said he didn't want it. So this guy played along and he said, okay, it's okay, you take it. So what he did was he took this $1 and he just put it in the fire. So imagine, money for them is just like, you know, something to fuel their fire. That is crazy. That is out of the world. I loved it. And he was telling, you know, they were predominantly meat eaters. They used to hunt their food, and then you know, during summers they had this thing. They had this tree which had a very pulpy root. So they used to dig these roots and they used to crush it. And when there was a lot of scarcity of water, they used to crush this and drink that juice out of this pulp. And their system was used to it, and they could survive easily without water. And that is crazy. And again, one of the persons who took them, he was telling these people had an average life expectancy of close to around 90 years. And most of their deaths were not natural deaths. They used to go hunting, and then, you know, a lot of accidents happened. That is how they used to die. And they were telling that, you know, this community was in such harmony. Their children were brought up in this whole community atmosphere, and that was so beautiful. That is a picture that I get from Africa, and I love that about it. You know, not worrying about the monetary system, not worrying about who's going to be rich, who's going to be poor, nothing. They were so beautifully in harmony, and that is beautiful. That for me is amazing. So imagine in this movie, you can see that, you know, in an African country, when it becomes so advanced, in the end what happens? A lot of conflicts happen, people fight. So that is something that I took away. But rest assured, I assure you, this movie is something to be watched. It's a beautiful movie. You have to watch it. The work is superb. I mean, they have done an amazing job, and it's very nice. So having said that, I just wanted to make a point in the end. What I believe we need to understand is, see, Hollywood has this innate nature. Hollywood movies are, you know, it's basically psychologically they change the thought process. Hollywood has always socially engineered a lot of things in the community. So we got to understand that. So what I get from this is basically, you know, you see an elite family. Once the ruler dies, the son of that ruler takes charge. That is what is being propagated. So imagine in this world, the elites, all the people who rule the whole world, they just want their, you know, kids or their offerings to come up, and they want their you know, children to rule the world. And that is, I feel like that is not correct. One more thing that I got is basically, you know, everything that is part of social engineering is, you know, show a glimpse of what is coming. So in this movie, they have shown what is gonna come. I hope a lot of people are aware of the whole hollow earth concept, wherein, you know, it's said that, you know, beneath the thick layer of the ice that is present in Antarctica, there is another world, you know, another civilization which is totally unexplored. and which needs to be explored. And it is happening. It is happening in a very, 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 very fast pace. So what I get from this is just a glimpse of what is gonna come. Guys, Wakanda starts with W, but look out for the content of Antarctica, which starts with A. So look out for it. It is crazy what is coming in the future, and I'm very, very excited about what is happening. So basically that is the social engineering that is happening. So I urge you guys to definitely go ahead and watch this movie. And if you like this video, please press the like button, and again, do not forget to subscribe to my channel Inner Invasion. I try to dissect amazing concepts and bring it across to you. Please support me, and again, share these kinds of videos with your friends if you like it, so that it motivates me to bring in some more of these kinds of movies, these kinds of videos. Thank you so much. Bye.